back in October, the Jaguars lost their first matchup against the Colts. Can Indianapolis sweep the series? The answer comes your way next on EA Sports.
First opened back in 2008, there's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy, really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
And hoping to get rid of that interception bug. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game. It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. These two teams met in Indy earlier in the year with the Colts coming out on top. So if they can find a way to win here in Indianapolis, they would take the season series 2-0. And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ballgame. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Play in the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing a 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. PAT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. Butker's kick here is good. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Play action. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. Touchdown, Indianapolis! A big play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Colts have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the Jacksonville offense on their way out again as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
With you. You're exactly right. He's done plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They turn to Taylor on fourth. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Now the try here for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a handoff as they run left side. And 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. The Jags with a football to begin the second quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Now he's going to send this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big connection on that one. 38 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. The Colts D sticking to their assignments, and that brings up 4th.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Butker's kick here is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that I'm just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jalen Waddle, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 15 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Right back to him on first down. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd and 4. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And, Charles, this defense may be excited, you'd have to think, at the prospect of facing a team working on a 3-game losing streak.
But their head coach, he really kind of poured water on that in his weekly press conference. And I would say the water was cold there, partner. He told everybody, listen, everybody's a threat. We can't take our eyes off the prize for 1 minute in this league. And I know everyone watching him say it, they may not have believed it, but no one challenged him. These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
2nd and 11. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if I'm going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. To Sean Wharton. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on the punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jalen Waddle with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year. And the Colts continue to pull away here in this first half.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best play is just up from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They find some open field here. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw here. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Throw again. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Butker's kick here is good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
As the offense takes the field, we zero in on Lamar Jackson. And really a solid group effort. I mean, the montage focuses on him, and rightfully so. But it's been a good job of a team to get this lead.
I'm with you totally on that. I love the observation. Offensive line and people having to protect it, they've really been in.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
They go play action with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson. Flush to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. He's got a man, complete. He's going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson rolling to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check it. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! Jalen Waddle with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who could make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. And now here's a carry heading left. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1. And down he goes,
It's a coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. They overloaded that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Indianapolis offense ready to go again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He'll drop this down to Taylor. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be a second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On second down, it's Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more, and all the way up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Jackson. Buying time to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visiting Colts who won that first matchup. So they'll look for the season sweep here back home in Indy.
On second down, it's Taylor. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
He did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Play action. Now Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Got a man. It's Waddle complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open? And when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
Now it's Jackson.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. To throw again is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And Taylor, I don't think he got there. No, he did not. Unable to break free, and he's marked short.
They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson can really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. Now here comes Ayuk on the jet sweep.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Brandon Ayuk,
His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
and this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Jacksonville set to go again offensively.
They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On third and short, they'll try option left. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. First down, Jacksonville. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got Anderson right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second and 1. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Touchdown, Jaguars! Robbie Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Jaguars are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just hadn't been able to punch it in until that point.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. Jackson's throw complete here to Ayuk.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And got his man. Complete. Touchdown, Colts.
Jalen Waddle
with touchdown number 29. Too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31.
And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10. Back to throw. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
They'll look to throw again. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And this carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10.
Tershawn Wharton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Butker on for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 26.
Makes the score Colts 49, Jaguars 23.
So that drive in total 8 plays. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. He'll buy some time right.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson now. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson, he's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for Indy.
Another great throw there, and we talked about him when he broke the single-season record. But that last completion, CD, that puts him over 6,000 yards passing on the season. Just unheard of.
Brandon, there was a time not long ago when 3,000 yards was the gold standard for quarterbacks. He's doubled that. If more people come along like him and hit that type of a number, if you throw for 3,000 yards, you're in danger of losing your job.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. And now they're in the hurry-up. To try again after the sack. Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. From the left hash, this from 39. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and now it's second down. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Indianapolis,
they moved to 9-7 on the year with one game remaining.